Hey guys, it's Kate from The Artery, and today we're doing a still life using newspaper as a collage element. For today's project, you'll need a 9x12 piece of watercolor paper, a pencil, a thick Sharpie or other black marker, a white posca or other paint marker, Elmer's glue, and a glue brush, and some newspaper. You'll also want to gather a few objects to arrange into a still life. I used a light bulb, a vase with flowers, an avocado, and a banana. You can take a photo of your still life setup to work from or draw it from life. To start, I'm using a pencil to sketch out my still life. Remember to focus on large shapes first. Find your horizon line, the line separating the table and the wall or background behind your objects. This straight line will help you line up your objects and figure out where they are in your drawing. You don't have to be too detailed with your sketch, just make sure to get the basic shapes of your objects and don't forget to draw in your shadows as well. Once you have a good sketch, take your black Sharpie and start looking for the darkest areas in your still life. These will probably be your shadows and any objects that have a dark local color. Local color refers to the color of an object regardless of any light or shadow that might affect it. For example, the banana's local color is yellow, while the avocado's is dark green. The objects in my still life with the darkest local color are the flowers, which are dark purple. Because they're so dark, I'm using my black Sharpie to fill in most of the flowers and only leaving light areas for the highlights. You can also use your Sharpie to draw outlines around your objects. We want to think about our still life in terms of 3 values. Value refers to how light or dark a color is. In this drawing, the white of our paper is the lightest value used for highlights and light-colored objects. If your background is light, you might also leave it white. The black Sharpie is our darkest value, so it's used for the darkest shadows and dark objects. Besides black and white, we need to add a midtone. Midtones are values in the middle, between dark and light. For our still life drawing, we will use newspaper as our midtone value. Any color you see that is neither very light nor very dark will be our midtone gray. You might want to mark out where you see shapes of this in-between shade. To attach our newspaper, we're going to use our glue and paint it in the areas we want to be gray. Don't worry if you cover up some areas you want to leave white or black, because we'll go back in with our white paint marker to add highlights at the end, and same with our black Sharpie. After you paint in your glue in the shape that you want it, lay the newspaper over the glue. It's okay if the newspaper extends over the area with the glue. When the glue dries, you can tear off the excess newspaper and it will only stick to the places you applied the glue. Don't be impatient here, it's important to let the glue dry before tearing the excess newspaper off. When you have all of your newspaper shapes finished, you can go back in with your black Sharpie and white paint marker and add any shadows and highlights that might have gotten covered up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. And now we're all done. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.